Today, I close the door to the past, open the door to the future, to set on and to start a new chapter of life. A warm and elegant morning to one and all.
A very good afternoon to one and all. Good afternoon. Reverend Father Rector, Reverend Father Director, my dear faculty members, and the support staff, and also the outgoing batch along with your juniors. I'm very happy to see all of you all here. I have a long speech here, so I thought I heard Nafisa and I heard that he speaks so well, so I thought maybe I should not do my speech, but let me speak a few words from my heart. I would like to call you all not the Corona batch, but the techno-savvy batch, because you are a batch to learn the ways to be online, to give an excellent programs online, to have competitions online, and to participate and be interactive. Of course, many times I asked you, show your face, I want to see the face that went unanswered. But even then you have put your best foot forward. So on this occasion, I just want you to be teachers who are constant with one thing. We have before us a change. We are in a flux, a situation of flux, where change is the constant. Every day something new, something challenging, comes. And as teachers, this is not an easy job. It's one of the most challenging jobs that you will undertake. In that constant sea of change, one underlying constant should be your passion and your love for the students. That is the only thing that will see you to excel in the profession that you have chosen. You have not chosen a career, you have not chosen a job. You have a calling to be a part of the change in front of you. And I am very proud to be a part of you. When you all come, you all are the youngsters. And even you all keep us young. Definitely, I am with my gray hair is the senior most member here. So you all keep me young with all your activities, your outlooks, your perspectives. So I want, my blessing for you today is for you to look at things with different perspectives, with the main constant of love in your hearts. And that, I think, will make you teachers who are competent, teachers who are focused, and teachers who excel. I wish you all the best. I know this is the, and I hope to see you again. Really hope to see you again. And then we see you at the exams and then finally at the graduation day. So not yet a complete farewell, just, oh, and then there's the tour after the exam. Really, you all are here. Yes. 3 years and they're still going strong. Not very well. That shows your sense of belonging to this institution. And you are always welcome to drop in anytime, and you are a part of this institution wherever you are. So I wish you all the best. Thank you very much.
By the outgoing students and the students, the support staff, I'm extremely happy to be part of this gathering here. Doesn't look like we are wedding favorite anybody. Everybody is very happy and they would like to remain here for a longer time. Anyway, we are here to thank God for all the graces and blessings that God has showered on each and every one of you. You spent 2.5 years and you call yourself as Corona batch, but Madam has corrected. It is a techno-savvy batch. I would say it is most types of challenging and opportunities kind of a batch where nobody would get this kind of an opportunity again. You would have got it, and I would say it is a phase of learning. Learning never ends. And when you are here, you came to become good teachers, you all learned and learning never ends. So I would say these two things go simultaneously. One is learning and teaching, and learning and teaching. So this has to go on, and that's why you are here in this process. I would like to especially congratulate all the outgoing students for doing wonderfully well and getting belong to this institution and also helping us to learn many more things. Also like to thank and congratulate the principal and all the faculty members, both teaching and non-teaching, for accompanying you in this 2.5 years. Difficult times, it was not easy for them, but they also have gone through a lot, but then wonderfully led you through. I would like to thank them all for their services to St. Aloysius College. And also we are going here, moving forward, we keep reminding you about Jesuit education. And Jesuit education, those 4 C's are very important. The final time, I just go through that and then I get back to a little story which I heard many times, and you also know that story, and only would like to narrate it to learn again for us. So those C's are, one is competence, as you said, second one is the commitment that remains always, the Jesuit education and the compassion. The 3 H's along with that, the head, the heart and the hand that reaches out, and finally the conscience that we all need to have to listen to that whisper, always to see what is right and wrong. In our lives, of course, many C's can be added as the confidence, the communication skills, the creativity, and rest of it goes along with it. I remember a little story about a teacher, and I'm sure you all have heard that story again and again, but then I love that story. Yesterday I seems to get that story through great people like the Srijit, Krishnan that I hear, and then Mahindra that I hear. Everybody narrates this story about a teacher. And the story is like this: the teacher goes to the class of 5th standard. And as you all know, you go to a class and always say, I love you all. The famous line that you all say that the same way that you're all the same way. It is not possible. But still, we continue to say that we love you all. So this Miss Thompson said this to the student, knowing that the few students who don't concentrate in the class and few students she found difficult to teach. For few students she found they are not there attending the classes. And there was one student that Ted, and this student was always a troublesome student to this teacher, Miss Thompson. And this teacher was finding it difficult, so much so even she has troubled this boy. Even when writing the answers, she would put a big 0 and then bold and then put X's, and all that happened. And she continued to trouble this student as the student also continued to trouble this teacher. But one day the management called all the teachers and said, you must review the report or the studies of the students. And that is where, when she got back to the student's performance in the 1st standard, the student has performed very well. The teacher had written a very good report as a bright student, doing extremely well, the smart boy. And the 2nd standard teacher had written something, excellent student, but then his mother is terminally ill, is struggling. And 3rd standard teacher had written, his mother passed away and he found it extremely difficult, is highly distracted. And the 4th standard teacher wrote, is a very difficult student to take forward to and love to. And 5th standard, this is the class teacher, the mentor, came to them about it and how to really take this boy forward. It was not an easy thing at all. Then when it came to Christmas, all the students, they bring gifts, and this particular boy also brings the gift. But all the other students bring the gift very well wrapped with nice ribbons there and writing the name of the teacher beautifully, but he comes with a rugged gift and then comes to the teacher and offers it to her. And all the other students are laughing at it. And this teacher, among all the gifts, and she would like to open that gift, and sees there is a limestone brushed bracelet, but the missing limestones there, and also half perfumed, half filled glass and the bottle. And then teacher puts it on her hand and says, this is the best gift I ever received, and puts a little perfume. And at the end of the class, this boy comes and says that you smell like my father. Something that changes the heart of this boy. And after that, this boy was not the same boy again. He completely changes the way he behaves in the class. At the end of the year, he comes within 10 and does extremely well. And after that, he keeps writing a letter to this teacher. And at the 10th standard, when he completes, he says, you are still the best teacher I ever had in my life. After the graduation, again another letter, I did very well and I still feel you are the best teacher in my life. And after 4 years, he completes his studies in medicine. Now his grade is increased, his doctor TET, and then MD, and still writes a letter to her, "You are the best teacher I ever had in my life." And again, after 4 years, he writes a letter, "I found a girl, they are getting married, and I want you to take the place of my mother." And that is where this teacher goes and attends the wedding, sits in the place of the mother, and blesses this boy. And end of it all, they hug each other, and this boy tells her, "You truly made a difference in my life. You believed in me," and that is where things change. And this teacher says, "You are wrong. You do not know what has happened to my life." And that is the answer that is very touching. She says, "It's not that true what you said, but then something else to that story, that you taught me to become a good teacher. Till then I was thinking that I'm a teacher, I will teach, but then you have taught me to make a difference in the lives of the others." I think that is where the crux of the point lies as a good teacher. What are we as good teachers? It is teaching and information is anybody can do. But to touch a student, make a difference in the lives of the other, we require a calling. Otherwise it's only a career or a job. And that is where I think St. Aloysius Institute of Education trains each one of you. We have gone through that beautiful experience of hard work, a lot of discipline, and some faculties are taskmasters, some are loving. Each one is different. But then you learned and got everything from everyone, ultimately for life, and that you need to take it forward with care. That's why you must understand the power of care. I would say the care has 4 important words there. The care to communicate. As good teachers, how do you communicate your students? That is very important. And second one is appreciation. Always appreciate your students even when they are not doing well. But then that will really help them to come up in their life. And R is always respect. Wherever they are, giving them human dignity, that is important. And finally the E, empathize. Show the empathy, get into their shoes. You do not know their story. You only know from the others maybe their story, but you only know from their story when we listen to them and understand them. That is where you mold them into future citizens. Let that happen more and more in your lives. I'm sure these 2 years of education here, even during the time of Corona, has taught you to become that. And when you become that, St. Aloysius College always will glory in your success. That is where our teachers will always find happiness when you are doing well, saying that these are our students. Once an evolution, always an evolution. So you can say that and proudly move forward. I would like to especially thank Praveen and Nafisa for beautifully narrating their experiences here. On behalf of all of you, let's congratulate them. Also thank all of them. I would like once again thank you all for being with us, journeying with us, and again the journey begins. Let's all go into that journey. It begins now and accompany one another. God bless us.
This is last, after everybody has spoken, I have to come and speak. And I said, wonder, what have I got to say? Because all have said the wonderful things that have had to be said. But then I said, let me say a couple of things. One is, you may be wondering why we are running this college at all. Okay, B.Ed college. Let me be very, very honest with you. Okay? This is not run as a commercial venture. Every year we end up with more than 20 lakhs of deficit because of the B.Ed college. Will you believe that? That is the truth. This college. You may say, what are these foolish people doing? You know what we foolish people are doing? We are educating you all to be good teachers. We don't want to give up this college, the B.Ed College of Education, because we know we are doing service to society. And our service to society is bringing out teachers like you. And therefore you are the ones who are going to carry forward that lamp. Blown off. They are blown off because of the fan and the powerful wind that is there. Most of you who took the candle from the director's hands try to cup your fingers and all that, and try to, slowly take it with you so that the flame is not put off. Take it as a very, very symbolic thing. In life, you will have to take it like that. The values that you have learned, don't forget them. Don't forget them. We have got a society which is terribly skewed. We have got a society which is building walls today. Building walls, we and they, my goodness me, that is destroying us. We want something of one India, one humanity. Think of everybody as a person. Don't go into the background of the person, of what caste he belongs to, what community he or she belongs to, really, nothing at all. Just look at it as another person. As Dr. Farita rightly said, put love into your hearts, passion into what you are doing, if you are teaching. Look at every child as a person. Father Praveen gave you that beautiful story of loving a child. You may have plenty of knowledge, my dear teachers. You would have written wonderful lesson plans, you would have written beautiful assignments. But if you don't have love in your hearts, you can't be a teacher. Honestly, I tell you, you can't be a teacher. Don't give up on students. Don't give up on students who are academically weak. Don't call them names and say they are useless. Please don't do that. Please, I'm sure they are not going to do it. But sometimes in your heart you will say, my goodness me, how much am I going to tolerate this child? But say that again, have patience. You know why I say this? I was known to be a terrible boy. I studied in this institution. I used to feel shy to tell this, but I now have come to a point where I don't even feel shy.